Greetings. This is Nils from Transition US, and in this video, I'll be updating you on this summer's first ever Transition US National Gathering and inviting you to make a contribution to this historic effort to broaden, deepen, and scale up the movement to build thriving, resilient community in these urgent times.
We all know intuitively that the current system is out of integrity, deeply, and in too many ways to count. We face a climate crisis, an economic inequality crisis, a race crisis, crises in war and empire, watershed and food insecurity, loss of biodiversity, and pervasive social disconnection. We know we are living in times of epic struggle, and the weight of it all can sometimes feel paralyzing. We've tried our best to change things through politics, to influence the global conversation around trade and climate deals, and organizing on the national stage is essential. But we've also been given a message. If we really want to feel empowered to make a difference, if we really want to get it together, the place to begin is right here, right now. There is a movement happening. Real people are coming together right now to reimagine our world and to actually be the change in our local communities. This is the transition and transition movement. Quietly, over the last decade, this movement has been taking root. In 50 countries, in 13 languages, 1,196 towns worldwide, and over 160 locations across the United States. Transition US provides support, training, resources, tools, connection, and inspiration to local organizers around the country to build community resilience. That means local food security, green energy and transportation, new economic solutions like time banks and local currencies, support for local arts and healing, and much more. It is permaculture on a community scale.
We are now 10 years deep into the global experiment of transition. Over the last decade, hundreds of fully autonomous grassroots groups around the country have built an astonishing track record of replicable, resilience-building community projects that have impacted life for the better.
In Media, Pennsylvania, a free store where people can give and receive needed items without any money. In Pasadena, California, a repair cafe where people can fix broken appliances and save them from the landfill. In Sarasota, Florida, a network of gleaners saving thousands of pounds of food from going to waste every year. In Charlotte, Vermont, a teaching garden at the local library. In Humboldt, California, a Skillshare fair that brings local community together with indigenous elders to share knowledge and experience in sustainable living. In Milwaukee, Wisconsin, a Victory Garden Blitz creating 50 community gardens to provide healthy organic food to the city's diverse population. In Belfast, Maine, a warming hut that builds community while keeping people warm from the brutal winter. These are just a few examples of the hundreds of on-the-ground projects being carried out in local communities all across the country.
And now, it's time for us to come together. This July in St. Paul, Minnesota, hundreds of grassroots organizers from all around the country will unite for a transformational, movement-building summit to take the vital work of transition to the next level.
Transition is many things to many people, but what it is at core is a vehicle for people to come together and take empowered action at a community scale to build a better world.
Over the winter, Transition US announced that we would be hosting this national gathering, and with your help, we raised $10,000 to get the ball rolling. Now, thanks to you and countless hours of hard work by staff and volunteers, the gathering has become a reality. We've booked McAllister College for July 27th through 30th. We've signed a roster of inspiring keynote speakers, including post-carbon senior fellow Richard Heinberg and Standing Rock water protector Phyllis Young, along with over 40 powerful weekend workshops and intensives presented by grassroots organizers and resilience builders from around the country, plus music, spoken word, open space, and other activities to deepen this much-needed movement. We've even announced a 2-day leadership retreat following the main gathering to dive a bit deeper and consciously scale up this transition movement in the U.S.
And now, especially now, we've got to scale up this movement for local resilience. With new pipelines threatening indigenous communities and the water of life on which we all depend, and with a president-elect who denies the truth of climate change, it is clearer than ever that we cannot expect politicians and big business to meet our collective needs and address the crises of our times. If we continue to give our power up to them, it will be too little, too late. But if we act together right now, it will be just enough, just in time.
We encourage you to learn more and purchase your tickets today at www.transitiongathering.org. And if you want to help make this gathering and this movement for local resilience as powerful as possible, we encourage you to make a tax-deductible donation today. With your help, we'll keep this gathering maximally productive and deeply inclusive, with plenty of scholarship funds available to support a diverse mix of change agents from all walks of life. Thank you for your generosity.
Resilience signifies our ability to bounce back. When a wildfire devastated my community last year, the connections made through our local transition initiative helped to sustain us and keep us strong. When disaster strikes, the average U.S. community has access to only 3 days of food on the shelves of local markets. When the truck stops coming over the hill, it is our local network and connections, our local skills and knowledge, our local seeds in the ground and solar panels on the roofs that will sustain us. Our national political and economic systems may not be adequately addressing the crises we face, but we can act on a local scale to create local organic food systems, to reduce our consumption and waste, to generate our own energy, and to build local economies, to create communities of real integrity in transitioning from fossil fuels and despair to a future in which our water is clean, our food is local, our families are healthy, and our communities are thriving and connected. And we can do that right now. That is the transition. That is our work in this 11th hour. If you are new to the idea of transition towns, please visit transitionus.org and check out all the good being done by transition initiatives all across the country and around the world. See the amazing examples of people taking inspired action to transform their local communities. Locate a transition initiative near you, or find the resources needed to start your own. Then, please, come back here and make a tax-deductible donation to this vital campaign to increase our capacity to spread this movement far and wide. If you already know about the transition movement, chances are you've already been powerfully impacted and inspired by it, and that you're already active in building the movement for local resilience near you. If transition has had a positive impact on your life and your community, please give generously to this campaign today, and do all in your power to make sure everyone you know sees this. The transition will not be televised. It is on us to spread this, to share the word, and to let folks know that there's right now a great opportunity to contribute to a movement that our world desperately needs. The stakes have never been this high, and the moment for this movement has never been so ripe. We give thanks for every one of the local organizers, teachers, homesteaders, healers, mothers, fathers, artists, and activists that make up this movement. We give thanks for the collective wisdom of all our communities that is unleashed when we come together and stand in our power. And we give thanks for your support today as we all work together to scale up this movement for community resilience and a just transition for all. Thank you.
Oh, we're rising. Oh, we're rising. Oh, we're rising. Come on. Yeah. You got to focus on the vision in front of you. You're gonna realize what it is that you gotta do. Just open up your third eye to see it in perfect view. And whatever it is, have the courage to follow through. Yeah, I said the lyrical remedy's giving me chills in my spine. The melody telling me that we're all gonna be fine. If we take our time, just rise and shine. Yeah, take your time, gonna rise and shine, baby.